Hey everybody, Lead Speed here, and yeah, no layout again? Well, I have an idea about that. Since I've been kind of busy lately. I think after last week, things have just really started piling up, basically. So what I'm thinking about doing is after Wednesday of the week, if I have a battle backed up, I'll narrate that battle and then start editing a layout from there because I am off for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I have college on Mondays and Wednesdays for this semester, at least for, I think, one more week, and then, a new one would begin, and I don't know how that's going to work. But yeah, anyways, I got a battle against Plutinb. Yeah, I had a match with him before, and he beat me, so can I get my revenge? I might. He has an Ambipom lead. He has Archeops, which could be a problem. Now, I think his other problem was probably his Rotom cut. But yeah, as you can see, I had replaced Heracross and Honchkrow. And here's my replacement for Honchkrow. This is my DiGiorno. He's not delivery, but he will burn your ass in the next week, I suppose. But anyways, like I mentioned, he's going to leave with Ambipom, and I'm going to have my Rotom-H. And, he's going to go with a fake out first turn. The reason I didn't switch out was because I wanted to go for the Volt Switch, knowing that it's probably going to either KO the Ambipom or he's going to have to switch out because, wanting to save him for later. And that's exactly what he does. He goes to his Rotom cut, his own Rotom form, and he actually told me his was Scarfed too. So, yeah, that's actually kind of cool. We have like two Scarfed Rotoms, but they're different forms. But anyways, I get a free switch into my Gallade, and he's going to Volt Switch into his Registeel, predicting me to go for the Ice Punch and not Close Combat. But here's the deal. I go for Close Combat anyways because since I was thinking that he was Scarfed as well, like before he told me, I could potentially hit anything on his team with Close Combat. Even if he brought in like Blastoise or something, I could still hit it pretty hard with the Close Combat, so no problem there. And Ice Punch would have been somewhat unproductive because, yeah, Registeel could have just blocked it. But now he brings an Ambipom, and I'm going to try to switch out, save him for later, but I can't because he uses Pursuit, which hits me before I can switch out, and it doubles in damage, so I could not live that anyways. So that kind of sucks. But he did take out the Registeel, which is a big key play, I guess. Now, he's going to go to his Blastoise, predicting my Overheat, predicting his Rotom cut to come in, but I'm just going to go for another Volt Switch because even if he does bring in the Rotom cut, I get Scouting Initiative again. So yeah, this time I'm going to get a free switch to Akiza the Roserade, and this battle, she does work. You will see in the next upcoming turns. So first, I'm going to have her set up the first layer of spikes because I haven't set up any hazards of any kind. Now, the second thing I did is I've made a... how would I say this, basically? I'm running different EV spread on this particular Roserade set. Basically, if you know about Smogon sets, normally bulky variants with this particular setup has investment in defense and special defense as well as HP, but I changed them up a little bit. I have more investment in special defense and a bit in speed, and you'll see how that plays a key role right here, actually. I go for the Leech Seed, and his Drapion goes for Taunt. He thought he was faster, but normally bulky Drapions, with no speed investment, and like bulky Roserades with no speed investment, out of the two, Drapion would be faster, but because of my custom because of the custom EV spreads, I have enough speed investment to outpace him and other bulky Roserade variants that don't run any speed investment, while at the same time being able to take special hits just a bit better than said bulky variants of Roserades. In exchange, I don't have defensive investment, but I don't think that matters much because I have Registeel and a couple other guys to resist the hits. But anyways, he goes to his Rotom cut, and then I went for the Overheat. He predicted me to go for the Volt Switch, but there was really no reason to do that. But yeah, I kind of went on a tangent about Roserade, but hey, at least you kind of get how I kind of customized my Roserade, so yeah. He brings an Archeops. I stay in his Death Fodder and go just for another Overheat just to get as much damage as I could, but I get a crit, and I'm like, wow, Rotom, even when I want you to be Death Fodder, you just wreck everything. That is weird. Yeah, and I guess the critical hit just ignored his special attack drop because he's like at -2. And he's going to be at a -4 right now because I just... Is it -4 or is it minus... Shoot. No, he's at -6 right now because I used overheat on his Archeops too, and I got a crit on that, which was weird. Now he's gonna go for the U-turn, which, in my opinion, wasn't the safe move. He should have just went for Pursuit, and you'll see why in a bit. But yeah, he should have went for Pursuit and stayed in, mainly because I still have spikes up. And once I get 2 layers of spikes up, he's pretty much dead. But what I do is I go for the lead seed, I guess, so I can take a hit. Well, I can live a bit longer. She can live a bit longer and stuff like that. And Crunch does a decent amount, but you know, since this is a bulky Drapion, it's not gonna do too much to me. And I do have max HP, so I can take hits from bulky variants just a bit better. You know, just a bit better. And lead seed helps too, especially when Drapion's probably boasting a lot of HP investment as well, so that helps a lot. And I am going to set up my second layer of spikes. Very helpful, because now Ambipom's pretty much dead the next time it comes in. So, yeah. You doing work, Akiza. Awesome. Yeah, last match, she didn't get to do much, but this match, she does get to do quite a bit. And actually, you're going to kind of see that in future battles that I utilize her strengths a bit better than I had done in my first couple of matches with her. So, anyways, I'm going to predict another Crunch because, you know, I know he's not going to try to Earthquake, knowing that it's going to do less damage than Crunch would. But, see, now that I brought in Registeel, he could switch out, but his Ambipom's going to die to it's going to die to Spikes hazards. This team it kind of works like that, getting free scouting initiative as well as setting up entry hazards. That way, if they try to switch out, then, you know, they're going to get hurt. And if I predict right and go for U-turn, I could get a free scouting advantage. And as you can see, Gallade took out Registeel mainly because, like, he tried to predict around Ice Punch and stuff, but that didn't work out. So, anyways, the Drapion's is going for Earthquake. I think this turn he gets a critical hit. He actually called this critical hit. He was praying for a crit, and he did get the crit, but it didn't kill me. So, yeah, I just got that's kind of funny, actually, because, you know, maybe if he had more attack investment, he might have taken me out, but, you know, I don't know. That's just me. So, in comes the Ambipom, and it dies to Spikes. So, yeah, you did work, Akiza. Very awesome. And that's going to be the end of the game. So, it's a pretty interesting game, actually, because, I don't know, I got to show this team off, and, man, he got some unfortunate hacks there. His Archeops, he told me his Archeops was choice banded after the battle, or I think during the battle. So, yeah, I guess that made more sense for me to stay in his Death Spotter because it was choice banded. And, you know, I could have went to an appropriate check or counter based on whatever move he would lock himself into. I don't know if he would have, like, went for U-turn or something. But, you know, that was just weird. I mean, this was a pretty prediction-heavy game on my part and stuff like that because of all these Volt switching and then predicting the prediction of Volt switch and just switching to Overheat and taking out a fellow Rotom. But I don't know. But, yeah, I didn't, as you can see, I still have Kingdra and Mesprit left. My Mesprit is obviously scarred, if you couldn't guess from the last match. And then Kingdra, well, actually, I will not tell you what kind of Kingdra this one is because, you know, you might find out later anyways. And just since I use different Kingdras, yeah, which one is it? I don't know. Well, actually, I do know, but maybe you do, maybe you don't. You might get it right, but either way, I'm not going to tell you until I think the next battle, because the next battle, oh my goodness, the next battle was insane. Like, it was just insane with predictions because one of the closest games I've ever had, and you'll see it. And that's going to have a layout on it, you know, just to mark the occasion, I guess. I might do that, like make layouts for my more closer battles, or maybe I just do it during the weekends or something. Or after Wednesday, I mean. I could do it during the weekends too, but, you know, that's just me. But anyways, you don't have to leave a comment about the layout thing. I already told you guys about it, and you already left your input about it. And I thank you guys so much for leaving your input on it. And I know that I'm kind of glad that people will still watch me if I'm not using a layout. But, you know, it's just for the sake of time that I'm not using layouts as often as I used to. In fact, I mean, if I would just do layouts, then, you know, my video content wouldn't be released that often. But at the same time, I don't have too many battles backed up. It says I don't have as much time to edit videos with layouts, then yeah, that's kind of a pain. Kind of a pain, actually. So, I will see you guys next time. Peace.